Hello everyone, welcome back to High Stakes. My name is Brian. I'd like to start this video by asking for your support. First, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you never miss any of our daily betting videos. Second, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like. It really helps us reach more viewers. Now, before we dive in, for those interested in more premium betting tips and predictions, if our guidance has helped you win bets and increase your revenue, we would appreciate your support in growing this channel. Your assistance is vital in strengthening our presence on YouTube. Therefore, feel free to explore our Patreon tiers. You will find the link in the description and comment section below. Thank you. New York Yankees vs Tampa Bay Rays. On Tuesday night, the New York Yankees and Tampa Bay Rays play the first game of a three-game series at Tropicana Field. The Yankees will start lefty Carlos Rodon 4.4.42 era, while Ryan Pepiot 4.40 toes the rubber for the Rays. Lefty Carlos Rodon will take the hill for New York in the first game in Tampa. Last week, he struck out 8 and allowed 3 runs over 5 and 1/3 innings on Wednesday in a loss to the Reds. Rodon struggled again to keep the ball in the yard, serving up a 2-run homer to Noelvi Marte in the second inning before giving up a solo shot to Stuart Fairchild a few innings later. He kept Cincinnati's lineup in check otherwise, allowing just 1 additional hit and 3 walks. The Rays will turn to Ryan Pepiot in the first game of this divisional set. Pepiot took the loss last Wednesday against the Royals, allowing 2 runs on 4 hits and 3 walks in 4 innings. He did not strike out a batter in the game. Pepiot made it through the first 2 innings unharmed, but the Royals got to him for 2 runs in the third on a couple of hits. He made quick work in the 4th frame, but was replaced after throwing 87 pitches. The Rays offense scored just 2 runs, leaving Pepiot in line for the loss. His last win came back on June 4th against Miami. The Rays will begin a 6-game homestand Tuesday night with the Yankees in town for an important series. Ryan Pepiot took the loss last Wednesday against the Royals, allowing 2 runs on 4 hits and 3 walks in 4 innings. He did not strike out a batter in the game. According to CBSSports.com, Pepiot also never had fewer than 2 strikeouts in any MLB game, as a starter or reliever before recording none Wednesday. That will change in this one against New York, and I expect Pepiot to have a nice bounce-back performance. New York has lost 15 of their last 20 games. Take the Rays to win game. Heading into the off-day Monday, the Yankees have dropped 15 of their last 20 contests. The Yankees lost 2 of 3 to the Red Sox over the weekend and are 0-6-1 in their last 7 series, starting with when they lost 2 of 3 at Fenway Park from June 14th to 16th. Tampa Bay was swept by the Texas Rangers in their prior series. They served up 19 hits in the finale and fell 2 games below the .500 mark. Carlos Rodon has been inconsistent over his last 4 appearances. Last week, he struck out 8 and allowed 3 runs over 5 and 1/3 innings on Wednesday in a loss to the Reds. Before that game, he surrendered 21 runs, 20 earned over 13.2 innings across his previous 3 starts. Rodon has given up 7 home runs during that 3-game stretch, and his 18 homers allowed on the campaign is tied for 3rd most in the majors. Tampa gave up a whopping 13 runs 2 days ago against the Rangers, and although I expect this to be a tame game, the total will go over with 2 shaky pitchers on the mound. Take the over 8 runs. Colorado Rockies vs Cincinnati Reds. The Colorado Rockies returned to the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio for Game 2 of their series against the Cincinnati Reds. Colorado is 5th in the National League West this season and has a record of 32-59. Cincinnati has a record of 43-48 and sits 4th in the National League Central. The Cincinnati Reds have a record of 4-0 versus the Rockies this season. The Colorado Rockies face another loss yesterday against the Cincinnati Reds with a final score of 0-6. This loss would come after another huge loss for the Rockies as they lost on Sunday against the Kansas City Royals with a score of 1-10. Colorado still has 3 games left in their series against the Reds and will look to even the series today. The Cincinnati Reds break a 3-game losing streak yesterday with their win against the Colorado Rockies with a final score of 6-0. This would be the 4th win for the Reds against the Rockies this season, as the Cincinnati team now holds a 4-0 record against Colorado. The Cincinnati Reds have a record of 9-1 in their last 10 games against the Rockies at home, with the Reds winning their last 5 straight games versus Colorado. The Colorado Rockies have a 12-32 record as underdogs on the road this season. Cincinnati have a record of 7-3 against the run line in their last 10 games versus the Rockies at home. Nick Lodolo has not allowed any runs on 2 hits with 1 walk and 9 strikeouts in 6 innings versus the Rockies in his career. I believe the Rockies continue to struggle as they have against the Reds, and while Colorado may bring some offense after their poor performance yesterday, I do not think it will be nearly enough. I am siding with the Reds on the run line at minus 1.5 runs. Left-handed pitcher Nick Lodolo will be starting for the Cincinnati Reds on Tuesday. Nick Lodolo is 8-3 with an ERA of 2.96 and 73 strikeouts in 12 appearances this season. Lodolo was 2-1 with an ERA of 6.29 and 47 strikeouts in 7 appearances in 2023. Taking the mound for the Rockies on Tuesday is right-handed pitcher Cal Quantrill. Cal Quantrill is 6'6", with an ERA of 3.77 and 74 strikeouts in 18 appearances this season. Quantrill had a 4-7 record with an ERA of 5.24 and 58 strikeouts in 19 appearances in 2023 with the Cleveland Guardians. The Cincinnati Reds have an over-under record of 3-6-1 in their last 10 games. The Colorado Rockies have an over-under record of 4-6 in their last 10 games. The Rockies will have a better batting average after playing poorly yesterday, but they should still stay low-scoring like they have been as of late. Cincinnati's offense has not been much better, and honestly, this could be a pitcher duel between Cal Quantrill and Nick Lodolo. I am taking the under at 8.5 runs. Washington Nationals vs. New York Mets. Washington is set to begin a 6-game road trip on Tuesday against the Mets. Ahead of their series opener, the Nationals are slashing .239/.309/.309/.370, which ranks 19th, and 24th in the majors. On the road, Washington is slashing .234/.302/.363, while in 7 games against the Mets, the Nationals slash .237/.317/.315. Against Quintana, Ramirez hits .4000 in 5 abs, Hummus hits .3000. New York is 44-45 this season after splitting their 4-game series against the Pittsburgh Pirates as they lost 8-2 on Monday. The Mets will be starting left-hander Jose Quintana, who's 3-5 with a 4.22 ERA, while in his last start, he went 7 scoreless innings against the Nationals. At home this season, the lefty is 1-3 with a 3.59 ERA. Jake Irvin and Jose Quintana both pitched well against the Mets and Nationals in their last start, and that should continue here. Both New York and Washington do struggle offensively, but this is a good spot to take the Mets on the ML at a relatively cheap price. The Nationals are 18-22 as a road underdog this season, while New York is 21-24 at home, but the Mets have been better as of late, and with Quintana on the mound should be able to get the win. Take the Mets money line. The Nationals will be starting right-hander Jake Irvin, who's 7-6 with a 10-13 record, with a 3.77 ERA, while in his last start, he went 8 scoreless innings against the Mets. On the road this season, he's 5-1 with a 2.35 ERA. As a pitching staff, Washington has a team ERA of 4.02, which ranks 17th. The Mets offensively are slashing .247/.318/.413, which ranks 11th, 1th in the majors, while at home are slashing .227//.309/.309/.305. Against Irvin, Martinez hits .250 in 4 abs, Lindor hits .333 in 6 abs, McNeil hits .2000 in 5 abs, and Nimmo hits .167 in 6 abs. The under is also a good spot in this game as both the Nationals and Mets offense have struggled lately, while both Irvin and Quintana had dominant outings last time out. Both offenses will have their struggles here as this season Washington is 4.2435 in hitting the under while the Mets are 3.9473. But with these two starters on the mound, the under is a good spot here. Take the under 8.5 runs.